We're 2 episodes into Ryusoulger now, and we've already got the fart powers. Now, if that isn't quality, I don't know what is. So I may be a bit distracted this week because Geo was so good, and the end is back, and they have Blade, and I haven't seen Blade, but I'm still excited for some reason. So hopefully I'll be able to stay on topic. Okay, so episode 2, Soul is One, gave us a bit more of a look on the team dynamic. We got to see a bit more of Asuna and Mel kind of interacting. I'm enjoying their team dynamic for the most part. Mel reminds me of Sento from Kamen Rider Build before he was scarred by the horrors of war. That's a good thing, by the way. I've been trying to put my finger on what exactly the theming of the Ryusoulgers is reminding me of. Unfortunately, my friend Jessica Mumford told me what it was. It is Zelda. It reminds me of Zelda a lot. It's got that kind of tribal, but yeah, noble knight feel to it, which I really like, even though I've not really played that many Zelda games. In this episode, we also got to learn about how the Minor Souls were created a bit through Curion, and I think that can lead to some good storytelling, feeding off the negative emotions of perhaps even the main characters. It would make some really strong character storytelling and really expand on them super well. I will note though that since that Minor Soul in the first episode was around for ages, whatever it was taking its life source from is dead. Totally dead. Despite the strong storytelling given with the feeding off of negative emotions, intercutting the fence's loneliness with fart powers was perhaps not the best move. Let me just put them back to back for you. Also, on the note of the fencer, why was his family so happy about their dad leaving them just to get stronger? Granted, I don't know their story and lives, but he's been gone for 2 whole years, and I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, my dad, haven't seen him in 2 years, but he's still number 1. It doesn't read well to me. We did, as I predicted, get some fun Ryusoulgers discovering the real world. I really like the bit where they see the fences, and Ko's just like, oh yeah, they must be Ryusoulgers, because of course they do sensing and swords and such. I thought that was really fun. If we're looking at the directing again, we've had a good amount of big, small, interaction fighting, which is always good to see in my opinion. And we also had quite a symbolic moment in which Ko speaks a line about crossing your limits, and then he literally goes over a visual border on the screen, which was very nice visual symmetry. So I appreciate that greatly, even though for the most part the directing was pretty average to deal with the traditional talking. You can't exactly make talking very dynamic looking, otherwise it's just going to distract from the exposition and dialogue. But fortunately they did manage to get into some key points, so I'll let them off. Also, about the directing, there's a certain shot in the episode which really should have been reshot or checked by the director before it was put on screen, because, oh no, another little thing which kind of bothered me. Why can't Ko just use the Seeing Soul to find Tiramigo, since it works so well for the family? It seems like a simplification for the sake of the plot, especially when they could have used social media prowess as done later. We seem to have got an introduction of a mystery man, which we don't see often in Sentai as compared to Kamen Rider. I think that it's Ui's dad personally. He could be another master, which I think would be really cool. Perhaps Master Gold? Shh, don't tell Toei. Despite all I've said, the episode was still wholly entertaining, the character dynamics hold up throughout the whole thing, and it's just nice to see them interact. In addition, there is great directing within the action scenes as it's needed, in both the mech fights and just general fighting, so I highly appreciate that. Next week seems to bring some Ui focus to the series, which I am wholly anticipating, because I personally quite enjoy her character. Also, Bamba! Let me see my edgy boy. He's coming. Yay. Yeah, so that's it for the episode 2 review. I think I might not be able to do one next week just because my coursework's getting really up to my neck right now, and I really need to focus on that because I spend $9,000 a year on it. But hopefully I should do a recap of episodes 3 to whatever come at a certain point. We'll see. Until then,